Hello everyone and Jai Hind. Today, we in the series of this Topper's Talk, we have another topper with us, and what a privilege it is for me to introduce you with all Taniya Mishra. I can now call her Assistant Commandant Taniya Mishra. And also, I'm so honored and privileged that I'm All India Rank 26 UPSC Central Armed Police Forces Examination 2021, and she is All India Rank 26 in UPSC Central Armed Police Forces Examination 20. So yeah, it's I think it's happens. So,
Yes, sir.
Tanya, congratulations, first of all, from me and from the whole team of CAPF AC mentors.
Thank you so much, sir. So, congratulations to you too.
Thank you so much, Tanya. It's your day. So, Tanya, I would first like to know, like, when the result came out, how was your reaction and how did it feeling? Like, how the family was feeling? दोस्तों का क्या reaction था?
So, I was thinking that I might get merit out because the chances are very rare for someone to get through the process. So, I was very scared. Even the day before, there were these fear mongering going on. कि आज result आ रहा है, कल result आ रहा है. So, when the result came, I was shaking. But finally, I found my name. Rank. So I was very happy. I told my father. He was also very happy. He could not speak the words. जब मैंने उनको फोन पे बताया, तो he got emotional. My friends were also they were shocked and they were very happy. They all were just congratulating me the entire day. So it was a wonderful
Okay,
moment.
so I can be a witness to that. Like, yeah, it's one of the most memorable days of your life when you get success because success is so rare. So,
Yes, sir.
Tanya, I can see when I was reading about you that you have also attempted CDS and FCAT multiple times. And also, this is your second attempt in this examination.
Yes.
Journey and what make you a force enthusiast?
So I background. My father is in BSF. So it was always in the back of my mind कि uniform forces चाहिए and I wanted to serve the country that in that manner. Also, looking at these days, we have many role models like Tanya Shergill. तो उनको देख के भी एक इंस्पिरेशन आता था कि this is where so I never gave up and I knew that this is where my potential would be full realized and so I kept going.
Okay, so initially you started with CDS and FCAT, then CAPF. Okay, so how was your journey with regards to SSB?
SSB, I went, I got conference out. It was a mix of both. Um, there was a little bit of things जो कि मैं बार बार गलत कर रही थी. There was not a coherent approach that I was taking in the entire process. So SSBs are a little difficult, I would say, and they're also unpredictable at times. Not able to get recommended. Yes, I'll be giving SSB. I have one SSB coming forth. I would be giving it. I hope this goes well.
Okay, but finally, the dream of uniform has fetched you if
Yes,
you have
sir.
not fetched it. So I can see, that let's talk about the exam now, right? Because, exam is becoming very dicey and the competition is increasing.
Yes,
So
sir.
these days, when I read the mark sheets, what I came to know is that above 160 has become a very, standard norm in paper one.
Yes,
So
sir.
even you have one. So what do you paper one and what should be the strategy of the candidates in future?
So I believe that the pattern of the paper is changing a lot. So there are some areas like history का part होता है, it's very unpredictable. लेकिन there are some areas which are still the same, like science, polity, and जो general mathematics के जो questions होते हैं, जो numericals होते हैं, those are the parts which are most scoring, and वो आप full marks ले जा सकते हो उन questions में. So those particular areas one should have a good control over. And those other dynamic areas, current affairs is also a part which one can cover एंड दोज अदर एरियाज जो है जैसे कि हिस्ट्री वगैरह हो गया देयर इज एन अनप्रिडिक्टेबिलिटी एलिमेंट बट वन हैज टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड एंड एक डायनेमिक अप्रोच लेके चलना है क्योंकि जो पहले होता था कि लाइक डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस आते थे आजकल वैसा नहीं है अप्लाइड नॉलेज इज मोर दैट इज बीइंग यूज्ड इन द पेपर.
Okay. So how did you go about, because people say कि जो साइंस के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं और जो एप्टीट्यूड के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं वो काफी फेचिंग होते हैं.
यस
तो
सर.
फिर how did you go about it? Because you come from a science background, right? भूल गया. She has done her bachelor's in from MIT University Lucknow. So she has a science background. So what do you have to say about candidates who do not come from science background? Because they believe कि जो science background वाले बच्चे हैं उनको एक edge मिल जाता है इसमें because of this questions. So how do you what do you want to say about it?
So I think ये नहीं कह सकते कि we get an edge because जो questions आते हैं they are not graduate level तो उसका one can read Lucent. I also read Lucent क्योंकि Lucent का अप्रोच है उसी तरीके के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. तो someone who is from a non science background they can use Lucent for tackling the science part and काफी efficiently उससे tackle हो सकते हैं questions.
Okay, so you were also preparing for civil services examination, and
Yes sir.
congratulations कि आपका इस बार pre clear हुआ है. You will be sitting for the mains examination.
Yes
So
sir.
do
Thank
you
you sir.
think that while preparing for civil services has helped you in the this exam also?
So obviously it has helped because जैसे paper 2 and paper 1 maybe the current affair part I covered there were monthly magazines that I used to read every day like every month, and those monthly magazines helped me a lot in covering the current affair part of CAPF. And in paper 2 jo essays that we wrote and the arguments that we write, so giving examples into that, facts into that, it was substantiated by the civil services preparation that I was doing. So facts
Okay.
वहीं से आए हैं.
So can you please share your brief book list with the candidates preparation?
Sir, I'm not going to CSE book list, but I'll restrict it to CAPF. So for CAPF, one can do is that there is this book by Arihant CAPF की आती है. One can go with it. It
Yeah.
thoroughly covers all the subjects. So that's a good book. Then for science, one can do Lucent. For the aptitude, general aptitude part, one can do आर्य सुग्रवाल आती है या फिर other previous year questions. You keep solving them. तो एक pattern होता है वही repeat हो रहा है. So one can do that. And I think paper one में most important thing is to solve the previous year questions and and do as many questions as you can. Uh, कई बार होता है हम लोग नेगेटिव मार्किंग के चक्कर में क्वेश्चंस नहीं अटेम्प्ट करते हैं. 116 out of 125. Uh, तो तो one has to attempt maximum number of questions क्योंकि if we attempt less we are already out of the race. I believe that.
So there is always this debate कि ज्यादा attempt करें या फिर attempt कम करें और accuracy पे ज्यादा focus है.
Yes
And
sir,
वो
there is that.
candidate to candidate करता रहता है.
Yes sir.
So लेकिन उसके अलावा जो उसमें हम जो मॉक्स हैं और जो प्रीवियस ईयर्स पेपर है वो कितने हेल्पफुल हैं?
सर आई थिंक बहुत हेल्पफुल होते हैं क्योंकि व्हेन यू डू द मॉक्स लाइक आई आल्सो सॉ अ फ्यू मॉक्स जो सीपे में भी फ्रीली अवेलेबल रिसोर्स होता है ये. तो व्हेन यू गेट टू नो कि किस तरीके के रिस्क आपको लेने हैं और किस तरीके के रिस्क आपको नहीं लेना है, तो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्योंकि पेपर में आप वो चीज ट्राई करो इससे अच्छा है यू डू इट बिफोर हैंड व्हाइल प्रैक्टिसिंग एट होम. तो मॉक्स कैन गिव यू एन इमेज ऑफ द काइंड ऑफ पेपर दैट यू आर गोइंग टू गिव.
Yeah, and that shows in your result as well. So basically जो हमारा पेपर 2 है, अगर आज से मैं 3-4 साल पहले की मार्कशीट देखूं टॉपर्स की, तो 100+ was a very rare thing. And since my one and 2020 and this year, the 100+ is again become a very like scoring 100+. And if you're not scoring 100+, then your chances to get into the list are very rare.
Yes sir.
So basically, uh, uh, even Taniya has scored a very congratulatory score in paper 2, that is 106. So first of all, congratulations for. So
Thank you
Taniya,
sir.
what do you say? Like, what should candidates to at least score 100 in paper 2? Because without scoring 100, the chances get very meager. So what are your insights on it?
So I think first thing everybody should note ki they should complete the paper. That is like it is uncompromisable. You have second your vocab should be good and grammatical errors तो नहीं करने क्योंकि believe कि कोई इंग्लिश का प्रोफेसर ही मे बी शायद चेक कर रहा हो तो those things you cannot do wrong. Then जो arguments आती है arguments में like I personally did that whenever I wrote an argument, like I remember हमारे टाइम पे एक क्वेश्चन आया था that video games sharpen the mind. This was the
Mhm.
argument. And the general convention होता है कि video games are not good for a person. So it was a tricky question. But even then, I use the arguments and I substantiated. For example, so can I give examples?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. So for example, I wrote that it sharpens the mind, as in it increases the information about weapons. So I gave the information about kind of weapons a person gets to know. Additionally, one can increase the social interaction level. तो Discord एक platform है जिसके through online gaming होती है. Social interaction होता है, sharpen होता है mind. The negative points, WHO की report की it's a mental health disease और obesity बढ़ती है, National Family Health Survey. So all these things. So the point is that when you you write essays, write in very simple languages. It is very समझ में आना चाहिए. You can also use facts जहाँ पे आपको मिल रहा है. Facts, example, data, क्योंकि that gives you an edge. It's a very competitive exam these days. तो जहाँ edge मिली ले लेना चाहिए. And grammar part I believe is very scoring. वो तो 8 marks. कोई I think I lost only 2 marks in grammar. Rest my full grammar was correct. So that is also scoring part. Um,
ओके, सो बेसिकली हम भी कैंडिडेट्स को यही बोलते हैं कि विदाउट एग्जाम्पल और सब्सटैंशिएट करे पॉइंट्स को ना लिखें, because anybody like can write a general point. Your
yes, sir.
point can only have a definition when it has some example or fact associated with it. So for example, जैसे women के बारे में अगर कोई question आ रहा है and you're just writing कि women are employed in, you should always write some survey which quotes like कि इतना percent time वो देती हैं, so that
Yes, sir.
your answer should have some substance, right? So
Yes, sir.
basically ये बात तो है. तो how do you think one should attempt paper two? Like हमें कहाँ से शुरू करना चाहिए, या फिर जैसे पेपर आया है वैसे ही शुरू कर देना चाहिए, या ग्रामेटिकल सेक्शन पहले करना चाहिए?
So I think grammar पहले attempt कर सकते हैं. I personally did that. I attempted the grammar first because it's very short and आपका mind those are most scoring part. So you cannot compromise on that. So first hand do that. I think in 10 minutes or 15 minutes maximum one can attempt the entire grammar portion. So you have your marks secured. Now you move to the other part. Essay I did in the last because they need a lot of creative and need time to think. So I do the
हम्म.
essays. So I did the essays in बाकी passage is an easy part. This is writing is easy. Argument में थोड़ा time लगता है. And essay I did the at last.
Okay, so did you use any kind of diagrams in your essays or points in your essays? Because we see कि लोग कहते हैं इसमें नहीं लिखना है, diagrams नहीं बनाने हैं. Essay should be a kind of literature. So what was your approach regarding essays?
So essay, I started the essay with anecdote, either a story or a quote. Like I remember there was how to stop wars. It was an essay that came. So I started with War Two, then Cold War happened. Gave a brief history there. Then because the core of the essay was key how to stop wars. तो बाकी जो 3 pages थे, like in half of the page I started this introduction. बाकी के rest of the page में I did कि हमारा पंचशील है, गाडगिल ट्रेजेडी है, नॉन अलाइनिंग मोशन था, डिसआर्मामेंट करना चाहिए न्यूक्लियर आर्म्स का, मैंने यूज किया, कैसे यूनाइटेड नेशन में रिफॉर्म्स लाने चाहिए. सो दीज थिंग्स आई यूज and I did not write in points. I did not use diagrams. I wrote it in a flow, in a structured manner. I think that is important. Structure and flow is very important in essay. That should.
Yeah, that is. And do you have any tips on pen? Because बहुत सारे बच्चे भी पूछते हैं कि पेन कौन सा यूज करना चाहिए, क्या हमें ब्लैक यूज करना चाहिए, ब्लू यूज करना चाहिए, पायलट यूज करना चाहिए. So do you have any opinion on pen, or does not matter according to you?
So I think you're practicing. Use it if you're comfortable with it. Just keep it. नहीं करना है पेपर के टाइम पे, क्योंकि कि आप पायलट पेन ले लो, आपने कभी पायलट पेन यूज नहीं किया और आप पेपर में पायलट पेन यूज कर रहे हो. क्योंकि आई पर्सनली फाउंड दैट लाइक इन माय प्रीवियस पेपर्स, सम ऑफ देम व्हिच आई रोट, दैट आप जब एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हो तो फ्लो नहीं बन पाती, ग्रिप नहीं बनती है. तो यूज अ पेन इन व्हाइल यू प्रैक्टिसिंग. ब्लू पेन, आई थिंक इट इज आल्सो सजेस्टेड दैट वी शुड यूज ब्लू कलर. आई डोंट नो बट आई थिंक इट्स अ नॉर्म. तो मैंने ब्लू कलर की यूज किया था एंड आई यूज अ नॉर्मल पेन. I don't even remember which pen.
So basically, the message to candidates is कि जिस पेन से आप प्रैक्टिस करते हैं और जिस पे आपका हाथ यूज टू हो जाता है, जिस पे आपकी स्पीड अच्छी है, राइटिंग ठीक आ रही है, लेजिबल आ रही है, आप उसी पेन को आगे यूज करें.
Yes, sir.
सो पेपर वन हुआ और फिर पेपर टू हुआ और फिर वो क्लियर हो गया, फिर वो रिजल्ट आया, फिर आपको बहुत अच्छा लगा होगा कि चलो पेपर वन पेपर टू क्लियर है, एंड वी
Yes,
ऑल
sir.
फील डिलाइटेड. एंड देन यू मस्ट हैव गूगल कि आप एप्लीकेशन पढ़ा होगा कि इसके बाद पीईटी और पीएसटी होता है.
Yes,
सो
sir.
देन उसके बाद और भी लगता है कि पीईटी पीएसटी में भी पास करना है क्या है,
Yes, sir.
और वो जबकि इतना डिफिकल्ट भी नहीं है, बट स्टिल वी नीड टू प्रिपेयर फॉर इट टू नॉट टेक चांसेस, राइट? सो
Yes, sir.
हाउ इज योर जर्नी रिगार्डिंग पीईटी एंड पीएसटी? व्हाट डिड
Sir,
यू प्रिपेयर?
when I was in the preparation course, I gained a lot of weight. So my weight was above the prescribed height के हिसाब से जो weight होता है. So I had to reduce the weight. Then also, even though I was active in athletics in college, but endurance चला गया था. So I think nobody should take a chance. तो regular practice is the key. One should do that. So I used to go running in the morning. हमारे टाइम पे dates भी थोड़ा आ रही थी जा रही थी. That was going on. So, but I kept the regular practice. For long jump, I did not have a ground near me. So I did it at my, I put a mattress on ground and मैं उसी पे I try to lift my body up because I was told that that is the key. बाकी तो jump निकल आएगा जब आप दौड़ोगे तो. So I did that jumping at my home only because I did not have any ground nearby. I also because there was no ground near my house. It's all concrete surface. So even though one gets a shin pain and all those things, so I think that's a part that everybody is going through. So you have to endure the pain to have the results.
सो कैन यू प्लीज एनलाइटन द गर्ल कैंडिडेट्स की पीईटी में क्या क्या होता है, लाइक व्हाट ऑल इवेंट्स डू दे कवर?
So PT में for 100 meter होता है which we have to do in 18 seconds. Then 800 meter होता है which we have to do in 4 minute 45 seconds. Then 3 meter का एक long jump होता है for only
ओके,
these two.
सो बेसिकली अगर इसको प्रैक्टिस किया जाए तो इसे क्लियर करना बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल नहीं।
नहीं.
सो ओके, सो आपके टाइम में क्या रेशियो था उस टाइम, मतलब कि कितने बच्चे पास कर पाए थे, कितने कैंडिडेट्स मतलब नहीं क्लियर कर पाए थे, कुछ ऐसा रेशियो था कि सबने ही क्लियर कर लिया था?
So हमारे में some boys they got out because of their chest they were like chest
Measurement.
measurement they got out for that. Everybody cleared running part and other things, everybody cleared. And there were 4 girls including me, but all the four girls got through. Because I would say the board that is there, it is very cordial. They want you to get through. So they motivate
Yeah,
you. The medical team is there. They give you glucose if you're busy. So so that's like
they
that.
treat the day of PT itself.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah. So basically then you cleared your PT and देन उसके बाद हमारे पास जो स्टेज आती है दैट इज द इंटरव्यू स्टेज, जिसे हम इंटरव्यू नहीं पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट कहते हैं, बिकॉज एवरीबडी सेज दैट इट इज द टेस्ट ऑफ इट। सो पीएससी भवन, तो उसमें हम सब इंटरव्यू देने जाते हैं। तानिया भी उसमें इंटरव्यू देने गई थी एंड शी गॉट सेलेक्टेड। सो बेसिकली तानिया, व्हाट वाज योर अप्रोच रिगार्डिंग द पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट? Did you appear for mocks? Did you self prepare it? What was your main focus? Was it DAF or was it current affairs? And how did you, like, how was the whole journey?
So I prepare the DAF. There are also many rules to prepare करना है, so you have to be very cautious about that. I prepared my DAF mocks, but my mocks ज़्यादा नहीं ले पाई because my interview was very early, so I just took 5 mocks from one coaching and I gave them. But I think the utility of mocks is only कि आपको एक practice how you're going to perform in front. So I used to send my mocks to a friend who analyzed them. That person was already recommended, so that person gave me very good insights on what I was lacking. There is often this view कि SSB is different or ये different है. I think that is wrong. It's a misconception. It is also a personality test. मैंने DAF prepare किया था. DAF was my basic. Current affairs past 2 months के मैंने prepare किए थे और उनको बहुत थॉरली प्रिपेयर किया था पिछले 2 महीने के करंट अफेयर्स एंड डैफ को ही बेसिक रखा था और उसी के आसपास जितना डिटेल में जा सकते थे गए थे एंड माय इंटरव्यू आल्सो रिवॉल्व्ड अराउंड डैफ.
तानिया के मार्क्स भी इंटरव्यू में काफी अच्छे आए हैं, शी स्कोर्ड 100। बेसिकली तानिया, आपका बोर्ड चेयरपर्सन कौन था, आपको याद है?
यस सर. सो शी वाज मिसेस प्रीति सुदान मैम.
Okay, okay. So how, what, on what lines your like interview went on, like your personality test went on? Do you want to share some questions?
Yes, of course, why not? uh, and when I entered, so first question, because I was a member of the eco club, I was so they what this eco club was about. Then I was also an anchor in the national conference. Now these things I had mentioned in my co-curricular activity part. I think ज़्यादातर questions आपके co-curricular and hobby वाले part से आते हैं. So they asked me about that. Then ma'am asked me about my hobbies. So she asked me कौन सी book पढ़ी है and about that. Was Punjabi sir. I think he was Mr. Gill. I don't know the name, but he asked me an SRT on Manipur. He was very impressed personally. He asked me what makes you a good leader, what qualities you have. So I told that. Then he said, why do you want to get in the forces? Forces are tough. Try to break you down. So I stood my ground that I have to join the forces. So he tested that part. Then he got satisfied. He said, good. Then psychologist was there. He asked a few questions he asked me, what is your idea of the modern women? Then do you have those qualities? Then he asked me about Israel and compulsory military service or not. Then there was, because I had extempore in my DAF, then they asked me to speak on Make in India for 2 minutes. I spoke continuously. They got so happy. They said, okay, stop. Then they asked me what languages you speak, what languages you want to learn, Punjabi. Then they said, why? I said, it's a fun language. Then they started laughing. So, my interview went like that. They were laughing. So, it went on that note. They also asked a few questions about Rafael and technology transfer, export, import.
Okay.
On the,
So the interview was more or less on predictable lines, right?
yes, sir.
So basically, that was your exam preparation. It can take insights. Let's talk about other things which are related to exam, because we all come from a journey where we are preparing for civil services examination, then CAPF, then lot of SSBs, then there comes a baggage of failure, and we all have been academically bright throughout our journey. So what happens is like we feel mentally bogged down. Then there are mental health issues in this journey of preparation.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes there are anxiety, depression. Sometimes because we're just sitting in a room, we are just gaining weight and we are getting nothing out of it. So we feel like what we have done with our life when our friends are having some
Exactly.
decent packages and they're just roaming around the world, So we all know we all go through this. So what would you, what insights would you share ki how to cope up with failures? Point number one. And second, how to not push too much on your mental health because that too is very important.
So first thing that how to cope up with mental health. So I think what is important that you stay away from social media. I think when you're preparing, you have to stay away from those things. Because you are in an entirely different journey. So you have to keep that sanity with yourself. So I personally stayed away from social media. Stay away from negative people who give you negative vibes or just say anything negative. Keep those people around you who motivate you because you need a lot of motivation. So many failures. Also, keep your family in touch. Like always, uh, tell them about what you are going through, ask them about insights. I personally discussed my journey a lot with my father. That interview में ये पूछ रहे हैं मुझे ये नहीं आ रहा कुछ भी but क्योंकि like when you talk to your parents they give you a very comforting touch so you need to involve them in the process. It's very important. It can also help you mentally. Then about tackling with failures, I would like to say when I saw my marks in paper one, um, the kind of unpredictability that the paper is having, even the people with 180 marks get merit out. So I was thinking, because I do not know what score I'm going to get in paper two. This was my second attempt. In first attempt, I did not clear paper one. So I had no idea. So what I was thinking that I'll get merit out. Because of so many failures of being screened, I'll get merit out. Why even try? So I did not want to go to my physicals or even interview. But my father pushed me. He said, no, do it, irrespective of what the result came. And I think if that motivation was not there, I might not be sitting here with this rank. So you have to give your entire, and life is a journey. Just take it as a teaching and let it go. And the result is always beautiful, one day or the other.
As I believe that I cannot say anything about success, but failure does make you a better person,
Yes, sir.
and it teaches you a lot. So basically बात वही है कि failures को ज्यादा feel नहीं होने देना है. वो तो आएंगे ही आएंगे. वो निश्चित है कि आएगा. Very rare that somebody will clear the exam in the first go. Also, one more thing which I do not want to talk about, but I still will, because I think that it's kind of a stereotypical question. What do you have to say about the gender representation in the force? First of all, I personally I do not agree with this thing ki you are a lady officer or that you are a girl and still you have cleared the examination and I'll go gaga over it, because I myself identify myself as a person who does not believe in this. If
Yes, sir.
obviously of the gender, but because I see that there is a skewed ratio in the forces, and because you have cleared the examination, so you can actually enter the forces so that the ratio can be balanced. So what do you think is the reason why they're not entering it, and what pushed you, and do you face any difficulties? So what do you have to say about it?
So I think the reason why many people don't even appear for defense exam, personally my friends also don't. The reason is they think it an all male atmosphere. They have this conception that the situations won't be cordial. They have personal issues also, family, work balance, and other things. I think that if you have this motivation to serve your country, it's a very beautiful opportunity that you are getting. Also, there are the kind of atmosphere that is there in the forces. It is there to protecting you. They are making those conditions as peaceful as good for you so that you can come and serve. I personally in PAT and MSc in BSF Guwahati, I was there. I personally found nothing that was I can pinpoint as it was wrong or was not cordial for me being a female attending that place. Also, the treatment is equal whether you are male or a female. So this misconception in the head has to go. And I think people should give this paper. It's a wonderful opportunity. You are getting to serve. It's a very I can say बहुत मुश्किल से opportunity मिली है. There have been so many cases filed in Supreme Court after which we got this opportunity at least to be in the forces. So it's a hard-earned opportunity. We should respect that.
So basically, like, it has been a long history. Women has been subjected to I don't know how many social abnormalities, and now because it is available, I think women should leverage it to the full extent.
Obviously. Yes, sir.
So basically, that's the thing. Also, now which course you are like predicting that you'll get?
So I had first choice is CISF. So,
CISF. So how do you look your future in CISF right now?
so like both forces are equal. There was a time I was imagining myself in the army. So it's an equal manner in which I'm imagining. It's just the kind of job that I will be given. It would be an honor to just do my best at my job.
Yeah, and CAPF also give you like diverse opportunities for deputations to learn so many things. And there is this a plus point from army is that we get a lot more opportunities for people to people interaction
Yes,
and
sir.
learn about the civilian population. And also we always like the life is always about physical, mental toughness, and they will keep you fit and they will also give you opportunities to learn. So kudos to you and kudos to all of us people who are going to serve and serving in the forces. So, Tanya, what are your last message and advice to the candidates who are going to appear in 2024?
So I think there is enough time to prepare for the paper. So take the syllabus and start preparing. See the previous year questions and prepare. From now itself, make your mindset that irrespective of what the result comes, just be ready for everything and be happy. It is very important to live the life in the journey and not forget to live the life. I
Yeah,
also
that's
watched a lot of movies during this preparation. So you have to be human and not become a machine.
yeah, that is so important. And one more thing, the last thing which I would like your points insights on is basically क्या होता है ना कई बार जैसे अभी 2023 वाले बच्चों ने एग्जाम दे रखा है राइट एंड मेनी ऑफ देम विल क्लियर द एग्जामिनेशन देन उन्हें लगेगा कि 2022 और 21 में तो क्लियर हुआ नहीं था फाइनल मैं इसका भी फिजिकल या फिर इंटरव्यू क्यों ही दूं आज तक मैंने एसएसबी भी क्लियर मैंने सिविल सर्विसेज का इंटरव्यू दिया वो भी मेरा हुआ ही नहीं है तो मैं क्यों दूं व्हाई शुड आई पुश माई सेल्फ क्योंकि होने से भी तो कुछ होता नहीं है बिकॉज आई वॉज देयर एट वन प्लेस वन टाइम एंड यू शेयर मी योर स्टोरी की इवन यू वर फीलिंग लाइक दैट
Yes,
सो
sir.
2023 वाले बच्चे जिन्हें लग रहा है कि एग्जाम क्लियर करके भी उनका नहीं होगा नॉट पुश देमसेल्फ उनको क्या कहना चाहोगे आप?
So what I have seen is there is a huge unpredictability. Take my example. I was about to give up. If I had given up, I might not be here. So, इसलिए never give up. It is an opportunity that you are getting. So, give your full to it. My father always say, जो सामने आ रहा है, उसमें आप अपना full दो. Result की चिंता मत करो. गीता में निष्काम कर्मा कर्म करो और फल की चिंता मत करो. So sir, just go by that. Whatever comes to you, face it with a brave face. If you're going to be in the forces, be brave from now on. So that's my message.
सो बेसिकली अभी फ्यूचर में जैसा कि तानिया ने कहा तो वॉक डाउन नहीं होना है और हमें बस कॉन्टिन्यूसली अपने लक्ष्य की तरफ नजर. और तानिया इसके अलावा आप जो है अभी फ्यूचर में सिविल एग्जामिनेशन और एसएसबी के लिए भी अपियर होने वाली है. सो जर्नी अभी रुकी नहीं है. देयर इज स्टिल टू गो ऑन एंड स्टिल टू अचीव मोर. So more power to you and kudos to you and congratulations once again from the whole team of CAPF AC Mentors. We are so happy to see you and we will be expecting to see you soon in the uniform.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
sir.
much, Tanya.
Thank you so much, sir. It was an honor.
Keep the meeting, Tanya.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.